Hi everyone, it's Karen, and today I want to show you a quick and easy way to make tags for your junk journals out of some junk that I have. This is a box of Kleenex that I just finished up, so open up So instead of just throwing it out, I want to make some use out of it. Where's the, here we go. So we're able to salvage some of these parts. I can use that for a little journaling card. This part, we can cut this out here and make a couple journaling cards or multiple. You can probably get a real thin one out of here, but let's just chop this up and see what we end up with. A little bit too wide for my cutter, but if you're more comfortable cutting a straight line with a pair of scissors, you could probably use that as well, but I never seem to be able to cut a straight line with a pair of scissors, so I'll slide this down. It's not going to fit. No, it just doesn't want to. That part didn't seem to want to cut at all. Maybe now it'll cut once it's completely flat. There we go. I might have to fine tune a little bit of this. I don't know, these might be a little bit too small. I don't know, maybe they can be used for something. Actually, this edge is... So these ones, I just kind of want to square it up a little bit. Though with this trimmer, I seem to have trouble getting anything square. Or getting straight edges anywhere on it, but we'll give it a try. So now this one has little weird edges on it, or the glue bits on it. So what we can do with that is we can take just a regular recipe card, attach it on here, and then we have nice, let's do that. So we can just take something like this and take a little glue runner or tape runner, I didn't attach it quite straight, so I'll just trim this teeny bit of excess off. And there we have a quick and simple little journaling card. It's small, it's quite teeny, but we can easily put a couple little notes on the back here. So we have that one. We'll have to do, I think we'll do the same with that because this one has little glue chunkies on it. And smooth up that edge just a smidge. You can also use scraps of paper that you happen to have. This happens to be some just plain printer paper that I have dyed with some food coloring in some water. So we'll just mark the edge here, trim this down just a little bit more. So we can just attach this on here, and then again we have a nice little cover on there and pretty up the back of it. So again, if it's measured a little bit off, just leave it alone, or just trim off this tiny bit of excess if you want. This part's not necessary, but so we have two teeny little journaling cards. We can decide if we want to make a tall, narrow one, or a little bit tall, narrow. Let's do that. You can see, just kind of salvage what you want from the tissue box. Use what you want, toss out what you don't want. This one didn't cut as smoothly, so I'm just kind of evening out the edges a bit. So just have like a little tiny journaling card that you can just tuck into a pocket. You can either put some backing on here, like so, using again just like a plain recipe card, or you can just leave it as is and use just the plain color backing. Why does, okay, can anyone answer me why this does this? Is it just that this is not a good tape runner, or am I doing something wrong? It seems to like to do that with these recipe cards, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with it or what, but it just seems to like chew up the paper and it sticks to everything. Again, we can just add a little bit of paper, plain paper on the back. Or if you want, you can just simply leave it as is and write on the others, just on the regular backing here. Whatever makes you happy. So there we have it. We've gone from our Kleenex box to creating a handful of different size and shape journaling cards. So we can use them up any which way you want. These we can leave them as large journaling cards if you want to write a lot more on the back. We can cut it in half, roughly. Have more of a square one. We can cut them into thirds, cut them different sizes, whatever works for you. You can always add, some of them I would add a backing on, because the ones that have the little glue, the glue remnants on the back, I would want to put a piece of paper over top of this, whether it's just plain lined paper, whether it's just plain white paper, printer paper, whether it's tea dyed, coffee dyed paper, whatever you want. But then we can have all sorts of, a whole collection of different little journaling cards that we salvaged from just a regular box of, emptied box from Kleenex or tissue. It wasn't Kleenex brand, I guess that doesn't matter. But there we have just a whole collection of little journaling cards that we've created from a salvaged tissue box. Use up all the tissues and use this up, and you've only thrown out a little bit of it, and you have all kinds of fun different tissue or journaling cards. Now I've been finding that I'm now looking at, I look at tissue boxes differently when I'm in the store buying them. I will actually make a point of choosing ones that I think are pretty. This was one my husband brought home. So this is probably one of the least decorative boxes I've seen come into our house lately. But now I have another box of tissues that I've just opened, so I can salvage some of this afterwards. But it's a completely different design and a different shape. This is a smaller tissue box, but we can use this part to make ourselves a nice little journaling card. We can make a long journaling card from this portion. The back, not really much we can do. Well, we can probably try to salvage some. Even take this part, that might work out okay. Take this part here, it'd be quite a narrow one. We'll see. I just opened this tissue box yesterday, so it'll take a little while for me to empty it out, and then we'll see what we can salvage from there. But here we have just a handful of journaling cards that we've created from a piece of garbage, basically. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, everyone, and I will see you later. Bye.